here's the thing. All of these, they are Mario Party games, okay? And there's more. I don't have them all. And there's a new one that has been released. Mario Party Jamboree. Truth is, after making like a bajillion mini games, well, some will actually be quite bad. And today, I will be telling you all about the bad ones. Obviously, with over 112 mini games, some are bound to be kinda boring. So yeah, let's check them out. I'm Nico, and here's my top 10 worst Mario Party Jamboree mini games. Sometimes the simpler mini games are the best, and at other times, not really. That's the case with Squeaky Shakedown, which is just not it, bro. Basically, this 1 versus 3 minigame gives money bags to the teammates, and the solo player has a hammer, and basically he needs to use it to whack the money out of the bags. Simple? Yes. Fun? Debatable. It really reminds me of that classic Mario Party 1 game, Bash and Cash, where 3 players had hammers and were hitting the solo player. That one was way more fun and more quick-paced. But Squeaky Shakedown, well, it's just slow and boring, and I don't like it. Next up on the list is a game that could have been good, but it just isn't. Arch Rivals is a minigame where one player has a bow and arrow and they need to hit the targets the 3 other players hold in their hands. Basically, the solo player needs a total of 100 points to win, and the 3 players can tilt their target left and right to try to get them to miss the center. The minigame had potential, but the camera perspective is just off. Like, for some reason, it is really hard to know where your arrow will hit from afar. Sometimes I was sure I was hitting a bullseye, but turns out I was just completely missing everything. Maybe it's a skill issue? I don't know. What I do know is that this minigame just ain't fun. In the next game, Granite Getaway, well, you have to run away from that giant boulder to avoid getting squashed by it. And that's all there is to it. You can't attack players, you can't do ground pound attacks, you cannot collect items, coins, there are no scary jumps to make. No, you just hold down on the control stick and you jump from time to time above tiny rocks. Like, for real, if you pay attention, you cannot lose this minigame. There's no secret technique or strategy, just look down and watch out. That is not my definition of fun, that is just missed potential. If you've been watching my other Mario Party minigames top 10s, you know I'm not a fan of luck-based minigames. I like having control of my destiny, and just picking a random thing and hoping for the best just isn't for me. Well, guess what? Gatekeepers is the next minigame on this list, and in this one, players take turns selecting a random key and they try to open a random door. If there's a match, yay! If not, well, you just go back in the line. Of course, you're kinda meant to remember what keys were used to avoid repeating the same mistake another player did, so you know, there's a bit of memory involved, but still, every time I played and won this minigame, it was just pure luck. This next minigame is really charming, as it features the lovely Dory. Well, it's not Dory per se, but it is a boat shaped like her. Don't get fooled by the looks though, because Dory Pedal Paddle is just boring. This motion-controlled minigame wants you to shake the controller to paddle left and right. It works a bit like that old Mario Party game Paddle Battle, where the more you shake, the more you'll go in that direction. But instead of actually being fun, well, this minigame features one turn that you gotta make, and then you go back in the middle, you dodge the cheap, and you're done. Like, what the heck? I barely managed to learn the controls, and the minigame was already over? One thing's for sure, I had no fun. There's a new type of minigame in Jamboree called Survive-a-thon, where like 20 players compete in minigames where the goal is to, well, survive, duh. Sometimes they're pretty fun, and other times, well, you get minigames like Castle Hassle. In this one, the giant imposter Bowser will chase you and will try to destroy you. if you want to survive, you gotta run and avoid the holes in the floors, as well as the other attacks the guy will throw your way. To be honest, it's just like that minigame we talked about earlier, Granite Getaway, but without the option to jump. So basically, you take a bad minigame and you make it worse? Ugh, pretty dumb. If you think this video is going by too fast, well, don't worry. We're about to slow down considerably because this next pick, Hot Cross Blocks, is one of the slowest, less interesting mini games I've ever played. So, you have to cross this lava lake to get to the other side safely. Good? Good. And to do so, you gotta pick from a choice of 4 different block arrangements. So, you have to make sure they will create a safe bridge you can use. It's simple, yes, but here's the catch. If 2 players decide to pick the same piece, then no one gets the piece and we just wait. It's so lame. Like, you gotta pick a smart piece that connects to your bridge, but you also have to be lucky enough to be the only one that chooses this piece? Like, it's not fun, it's boring, and especially near the end where everybody needs the same type of pieces. It just takes forever. I hate it, it bores me, it puts me to sleep. But I mean, if sleeping is something you want to do, well, make sure to check out the brand new channel Nicobbq, where you can watch hours upon hours of classic Nicobbq videos to fall asleep to. They're relaxing, comfy, and they will literally put you to sleep. Link is in the description. Next up is a 2 vs 2 minigame where the goal is to get as many coins as we can, and in order to do so, we have to use a lasso to get the treasure chests. Coin Coral features chests that spin around in circles, and you have to twirl your Joy-Con to charge the lasso and then throw it onto a chest and then you pull it back. For the small chests, you can do that alone, but if you're aiming for the big bucks, well, you'll need your partner. The problem is, this minigame is motion controlled, meaning it's kind of unreliable. Like sometimes I could aim for the chest very easily, and other times there was a delay and I was just missing out on everything. I don't know, man, this minigame is just not worth it. It's pretty boring. Mario Party Jamboree features a single-player adventure mode where you gotta help out characters by playing minigames and getting items and such. It's really simple, but actually pretty fun. And well, a good adventure mode wouldn't be complete without boss fights. And guess what? Those boss fights are not that good. Mega Sting Bee Stumpers is the second boss fight, and in this minigame, you and the other players have to ground pound the giant Sting Bee enemy. In order to do so, well, we just have to climb up these 3 platforms, and then we ground pound until it's dead. Like, there's no gimmick, no special challenge, no difficulty, nothing crazy to do. No, you just wait and you jump when it's needed, and you repeat until the boss is dead. Yeah, not that interesting. Time for the worst of the worst. And to be fair, it's not that bad that you're gonna puke by playing it, but once again, it's just boring. All the Marbles is a 1v1 duel minigame where you have to push your opponents out of the way and get to the finish line before them. You're both gonna be running through marbles, and yeah, basically just hold down on the control stick and you'll win. Punching your opponent is fun and all, but it's not really required to win. Basically, as soon as you're in first place, you can't really lose. There's nothing that can stop you when you're winning, and actually nothing that can help you out when you're losing. It is just that boring, and that's why it's up here on my list. So there you go, that's my list. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comment section down below, and tap the card on screen right now to watch my top 10 best minigames. Okay, bye!